Next type, solve the following equation. 4x squared equals to 7 minus 3x. Now when we want to solve a quadratic equation by formula, it must always be in terms of x squared, x number, and the back here must be equals to 0. So in this case, this one is not 0 down here. We need to try to get rid of the following terms and make it equal to 0. So I need my right hand side to be equals to 0. How can I make it equals to 0? What do I need to do? There's a number 7 here, so I need to minus 7. There's a number negative 3x here, so I need to plus 3x. So on this side, I'll need to do the same thing. Minus 7 plus 3x. And we always arrange it in terms of x squared, x, and then number. So in this case, we will be able to get, okay, let me erase this and write this down a little bit, equals to 0. So in this case, we'll be able to get x squared, 4x squared, x. So it's plus 3x. And last but not least, number. So it'll be minus 7. Then now we are done with x squared, x, and number, and is equals to 0. Then we can write down our letters A, B, and C. So what is the A, B, and C? A is 4, B is 3, C is negative 7. Can you remember the sign? So now next one, we are going to use our formula then, because they say solve the equation. So x equals to negative b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And I will to replace the following, I'll get negative b where b is the number 3, a is the number 4, c is the number negative 7. Then we'll key into our calculator mode 3 to get our first solution. Mode 3, a is 4, b is 3, c is negative 7. And I have x equals to 1, or second solution, x equals to negative 7 over 4. Or we can use decimal negative 1.75. But this is to find the answer. Now let's practice one more type of the equation. The equation here is 3x squared plus 5x equals to 2x plus 10. Now this side over here, we need to make it to be equals to 0. So what can we do to make it equals to 0? This one is 2x. I'll need to subtract 2x. This is plus 10. So I need to subtract 10. So over here, I'll need to subtract 2x, subtract 10. Now, bear in mind, we must always arrange it in terms of x squared, x, and number. So, looking at these four of them, we have our x squared over here. So, this will be 3x squared, followed by our x term. This is plus 5x. This one is minus 2x. If you are not sure, we can just write down 5x minus 2x. And last but not least, the number only left with this one. So this is negative 10. And this side over here will be equals to 0. Then now let's take a look at our expression. Is this the simplest form? I have x squared, but there are two of the x terms here. So this is 5x minus 2x, and that will give you 3x. So we simplify this to be 3x squared plus 3x minus 10 equals to 0. Now we are going to solve this equation, and the question already say 3 significant figures, okay, given in the question over here. So we're going to use our formula, and therefore we need to identify our A, B, and C. A is equals to 3. B is equals to 3. C is equals to negative 10. Okay, so we write down our formula. X equals to minus B plus minus square root B squared minus 4AC over 2A. And that will be negative B so B will be the number 3, A is the number 3, C is the number negative 10. Then keying this into our calculator, we have our first answer. X equals to 1.3929296, so on and so forth. But the question wants 3 sig fig, so this is the first significant figure, second significant figure, third significant figure. Now I'm going to look at my fourth. This number is not more than 5, so I do not round up. I will have my answer 1.393 SF. Okay, that's the first answer. Or I can have my second answer to be negative 2.39296. Okay, this is the first sig fig, second significant figure, third significant figure, and now we have to look at fourth. Now it's not more than 5, so we round down. So X equals to negative 2.39. Second answer, 3SF. Here's a special case for this type of equation. We have x squared minus 5x equals to 0. Now what do we know? We always want it in equation to be in terms of x squared, x, and number. Okay, and it must be equals to 0. But in this case, there is no x term, so it will be 1x squared plus 0x minus the number 5, okay, equals to 0. And we will have our A to be A, B, and C. A is 1, B is 0, and C will be negative 5. So we still can use our formula. X will be equals to negative B plus minus square root B squared minus 4AC over 2A. And substituting our values, B is 0, A is 1, C is negative 5, and this is 2A. So keying this into our calculator, we'll get our first answer to be 2.23606, so on and so forth. Now when the accuracy is not given a question, always round off to 3 sig fig. So this is the first sig fig, second, third. So we're going to look at our fourth. This is number 6. So more than 5, I need to round up. So this will be 2.24 in 3 sig fig. The second answer will be negative 2.23606. So we need to round this off to 3 sig fig. First, second, third. So this is the fourth sig fig. I need to, more than 5, I need to round up. So negative 2.243SF. Now for additional information, there's one special case where there will be no real answers, okay, and this one is usually not tested in an exam, so if you do not like to learn, it's okay. Now for this type of equation, I will still use my formula to solve. A is equals to 1 unit of x squared, B is equals to 3 units, and C will be equals to 3. Now, using our formula, x equals to minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So, b is 3, a is 1, c is 3. So in this case, we'll key this into our calculator. And what do you see on your calculator? Mode 3, A is 1, B is 3, C is 3. Now calculator will show you something like this. At the back, okay, and at the very end of the last letter, there is a I down here. What does this mean? This means that this is not a real root. Okay, so this is not real root, no real roots. Okay, why? Because this I over here represents a imaginary number. Or you get your second solution will be negative 3 over 2 plus 0.866. And the last one at the back is still a I. That means this is an imaginary number. Okay, now in this case, there will be no real roots at all. Okay, why is this so? Let's take a look at the expression over here inside our square root. Now this is actually the value negative 3 squared minus 4 times 1 times 3. This will give me 9 minus 12, which is actually negative 3. But is it possible to take square root of a negative number? Okay, it's not possible to take square root of a negative number. Therefore, as a result, this is not possible. There are no real roots for this type of equation.